Chosen one, what if I told you that you weren't born like the others? You were specifically engineered by God for something that breaks logic. From the moment you came into this world, you felt it, that undeniable sense of being set apart. It wasn't just your imagination. You've always known that you were different, not because of what you look like or where you came from, but because of something much deeper, something embedded within your very soul. You were designed, not merely born. You carry a blueprint that's not only unique, but sacred. And the world around you is starting to notice. That's why you've always felt out of place, why you face challenges that others haven't, why your life often feels like a constant uphill climb. It's not a punishment, it's preparation. God didn't just create you. He engineered every cell, every gift, every scar for something divine. You are living proof of intentional design. Right now, a shift is happening. Hidden truths are being revealed, and those who were born with purpose, not through chance, are stepping into their roles. This is your moment. Today, we're going to uncover what it truly means to be designed. We'll explore the signs that show you were built for something extraordinary, and we'll talk about how you can finally activate the full potential of that divine blueprint. But this won't be easy. Those who were merely born won't understand you. They'll question you, resist you, and even try to bring you down. That's why it's crucial to understand your origin and your purpose. Once you know what you're made of, you'll never try to fit into their mold again. Comment 77 if this resonates with you, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and click the super thanks button to support this mission. Special thanks to our membership subscribers. If you'd like to join them and become part of this journey, click the link in the description. You weren't born to blend in. You were designed to stand out. What it means to be designed. From the moment you took your first breath, something felt different. You couldn't explain it at the time, but deep down, you sensed that your existence was not the result of random chance. Over the years, that feeling grew stronger. As you looked around, you saw people moving through life, content to follow the flow, never questioning their purpose or place. But you couldn't do that. You felt a pull, subtle at first, but undeniable, that told you that your life was meant for more. It's not arrogance to feel this way. It's not superiority. It's simply the truth of being designed. You were set apart, crafted intentionally to serve a greater purpose. And even if you've doubted it, that purpose has always been there, guiding you forward. This idea of being designed can feel overwhelming. It carries weight because it means that every aspect of who you are, your strengths, your struggles, your unique way of seeing the world, was deliberately created. Think of a master craftsman shaping a piece of art. Every detail is considered, every tool carefully chosen. That's what being designed means. You weren't thrown together haphazardly. Your life wasn't left to chance. Instead, you were formed with care, and every experience you've faced, every challenge you've overcome was part of the plan. It's a humbling thought, and at the same time, it's empowering. It reminds you that your existence isn't accidental. It's intentional. Jeremiah 1 verse 5 captures this truth beautifully. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. These words remind us that our design isn't something that started at birth. It began long before in the mind of the Creator. When you reflect on that, it becomes clear that you are not just another face in the crowd. You're part of a bigger story, one that has been unfolding since before time. This isn't about boasting or claiming that you're better than anyone else. It's about understanding the care and thought that went into creating you. It's about recognizing that your very existence is a sign of purpose. As you think about what it means to be designed, you may begin to see patterns in your life that you once dismissed. Those moments of intuition, the times you were drawn to certain people or places, the struggles that pushed you to grow, none of it was random. These experiences are like puzzle pieces, each one carefully placed to create a picture that only now is coming into focus. The more you reflect, the more you'll realize that even the hardest times served a purpose. They shaped you, refined you, and prepared you for what's to come. Being designed means that everything about you, even the things you once saw as flaws, was meant to be. It's all part of the blueprint. This concept also changes the way you see others. When you understand that you are designed, you start to notice the design in those around you. It becomes easier to see their struggles, their strengths, and their purpose through a lens of compassion. You stop comparing yourself to them because you understand that their journey is different from yours. This shift in perspective is part of what it means to be designed. It's not just about your own growth, but about seeing the world through a lens of intention and interconnectedness. Your design allows you to connect more deeply, to love more freely, and to live with a greater sense of peace, knowing that you are exactly who you're meant to be. Being designed also means that you're never truly lost. Even in moments of confusion, when it feels like you don't know which way to turn, the blueprint is still there. It's not something that can be erased or undone. It's woven into the fabric of who you are. The key is learning to trust that inner guidance, to listen to the still, small voice that has been with you all along. That voice may come through prayer, through reflection, or through quiet moments of clarity. When you tune into it, you'll find that the path forward becomes clearer. It's not always easy, but it's always intentional. That's the beauty of being designed. You never have to doubt that your life has meaning. Now, it's time to embrace this understanding fully. The world may try to tell you that you're just another person, just another life among billions. But the truth is, you are unique. You are a reflection of divine creativity, a masterpiece in progress. This realization isn't about lifting yourself above others. It's about standing firmly in your truth. It's about honoring the care and thought that went into your creation and living in a way that reflects that intentionality. You don't have to have all the answers right now. You just have to keep moving forward, trusting that your design will lead you to the right place at the right time. In the end, being designed is a gift, but it's also a responsibility. It calls you to live with purpose, to share your light with the world, and to trust that you are part of something much greater than yourself. As you embrace this truth, you'll find that life feels less random, less chaotic. You'll start to see the patterns, the connections, and the beauty in every step of your journey. This is what it means to be designed, to know that you were created with love, intention, and infinite care, and to walk forward with confidence, knowing that you are never alone. The evidence in your DNA and spirit. From the very beginning, you felt different. There's a quiet knowing that whispers in the back of your mind, reminding you that your life was never meant to follow the typical path. You've likely questioned why you see the world through a lens that others don't seem to share, why you feel things more deeply, or why you seem to understand the unspoken truths that others overlook. This isn't a coincidence. It's evidence of your unique spiritual DNA. It's a sign that the Creator placed within you something rare, something extraordinary that allows you to see beyond the ordinary. This difference you carry isn't always easy. It can feel like a burden, especially when the world around you is so disconnected from the things that matter most. You've probably experienced moments where your compassion, your heightened sense of right and wrong, or your unshakable intuition have set you apart. Maybe you've felt misunderstood or even isolated because your internal compass doesn't align with what society tells you is normal. But this very disconnect is proof that you're not wired like everyone else. It's a sign that you were created to live in alignment with a higher truth, not to blend into the noise of the world. In Psalm 139, verse 14, we're reminded of how fearfully and wonderfully we are made. This isn't just about the physical body. It's a celebration of the intricacies of the spirit. Your soul's blueprint is unlike any other. It's why you can feel the energy of a room before anyone speaks. It's why you notice patterns in life that others miss. It's why your heart breaks more deeply over injustice, and why you can sense when something significant is about to happen. These aren't coincidences. They're the fingerprints of divine design, left on your spirit as a reminder of who you truly are. As you begin to recognize this evidence, you'll notice patterns that have been present all along. For instance, think about those moments when you just knew something wasn't right, and later you were proven correct. Or the times when you followed your intuition even though logic said otherwise, and it turned out to be the right choice. These are signs of your spiritual DNA at work. They show that your connection to the divine is more than a belief. It's woven into the very fabric of who you are. Your sensitivity, your ability to empathize, your unshakable inner compass. All of these point to a soul that was handcrafted with purpose. This divine design isn't limited to the spiritual realm. It also shows up in the way you think and process the world around you. Your mind was designed to seek understanding, to ask questions, and to dig deeper than what's on the surface. While others may accept things at face value, you feel compelled to look beneath to find the truth and to connect the dots that no one else sees. This intellectual curiosity is another piece of evidence that you weren't made to simply exist. You were made to illuminate, to learn, and to grow in ways that bring light to the world. The evidence of your spiritual DNA is also apparent in the way you approach relationships. You have a way of seeing into people, of recognizing their potential, and of helping them believe in something greater. Even when others don't understand your motives, you feel driven to lift those around you. This ability to connect deeply, to encourage, and to guide isn't something you learned. It's part of your design. It's another marker of the divine craftsmanship that went into making you who you are. A person whose spirit radiates hope and healing. As you reflect on all of this, it becomes clear that the very things that once made you feel out of place are the same things that confirm your uniqueness. What sets you apart isn't a flaw. It's evidence of a higher calling. The qualities that make you feel different are the very qualities that prove you were designed by something greater. When you embrace this truth, you'll stop questioning your worth and start seeing yourself for what you truly are. A masterpiece of divine intention. Why others can't understand you. From an early age, you've likely felt that you're not quite like everyone else. Perhaps you've sensed that your thoughts run deeper, your emotions are more intense, and your questions about life are more urgent. When you look around, it can feel as though the world is moving at a pace you can't quite align with, or that the values others cling to don't hold the same weight for you. This disconnect often leads to moments of doubt. You might wonder if there's something wrong with you, if you're somehow broken or flawed. But let me reassure you, you are not broken. You're designed differently, and that's exactly why others can't understand you. People around you may not see the bigger picture. They might look at your choices, your decision to prioritize spiritual growth over material success, your refusal to follow societal trends, and think you're lost. In truth, you're not lost. You're on a path they can't see. The world's framework isn't built to understand your unique purpose. Your goals, your passions, and even your struggles may seem incomprehensible to them because they're not meant to carry the same mission. This often results in judgment and misunderstanding. Friends and family might label you as different, too intense, or hard to figure out. They might dismiss your dreams, mock your convictions, or question why you don't just settle down like everyone else. It can be frustrating, even painful, to feel like no one sees your true self. In these moments of doubt, it helps to remember that your journey isn't supposed to look like theirs. In John 15 verse 19, Jesus reminds us, "If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world." This powerful truth confirms that your uniqueness isn't a flaw, it's a feature of your calling. The misunderstanding you face is not a sign of failure. Instead, it's evidence that you're walking a different path, one that requires courage, strength, and faith. This calling sets you apart, not because you're better than others, but because your purpose demands a level of dedication and vision that many cannot comprehend. Over time, you'll begin to notice that the misunderstanding from others starts to feel less personal. You'll see that it's not about who you are as an individual, it's about the design you carry. Your choices may challenge others because they highlight what's missing in their own lives. Your presence may cause discomfort, not because you're doing something wrong, but because your light reveals what they've been avoiding. This dynamic often leads people to project their insecurities onto you. They might accuse you of being too intense, when in reality, they're just not ready to face the truth you represent. They may distance themselves, not because you're difficult, but because they're not yet prepared to follow the path you've chosen. As you move forward, you'll begin to find peace in knowing that your path isn't for everyone to understand. You were never meant to fit into a mold created by others. Instead, you were designed to break that mold and create something new. Those who can't understand you are simply not equipped to walk your journey. Their lack of comprehension is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their own limitations. When you accept this, the judgment, the labels, and the misunderstandings lose their power. You'll stop seeking validation from people who can't see your vision, and instead, You'll start to embrace your unique identity with confidence. This shift in perspective doesn't mean the misunderstandings will disappear, but it does mean they'll hurt less. You'll realize that their inability to understand you is not your burden to carry. You'll stop trying to explain yourself to those who aren't ready to hear, and you'll redirect that energy into fulfilling your purpose. The more you focus on your calling, the more aligned you'll feel. And as you align with your true self, you'll find that the opinions of others become less significant. Their judgment will no longer hold you back. Instead, it will serve as a reminder that you're walking a path only you can walk. In the end, the misunderstanding from others becomes a kind of confirmation. It shows that you're not conforming, that you're not settling for what's easy or expected. It proves that you're following the blueprint that was designed specifically for you. So, when you encounter those who can't understand you, let it be a signal that you're on the right track. Their confusion is your clarity. Their doubt is your faith. Their rejection is your affirmation that you were never meant to blend in. You were always meant to stand out. The activation of your divine technology. You've felt it for a long time. This idea that there's more to you than meets the eye. It's as though something deep within you has been waiting dormant for the right moment to awaken. You sense it in the quiet moments, in the challenges that test you, and in the glimpses of clarity that come when you least expect them. It's more than intuition. It's a knowing that you carry something extraordinary. This is your divine technology. It's not a machine, but a spiritual system uniquely designed for you. A set of abilities, insights, and connections that only you possess. Now, the time has come to activate it. You're not alone in feeling this shift, and you're not imagining the pull you feel to step into a higher role. What you're experiencing is real, and it's part of a larger plan unfolding in your life. Often, this activation begins with an internal struggle. You may find yourself questioning your worth, doubting your direction, or feeling overwhelmed by the enormity of what lies ahead. It's not uncommon to wonder if you're ready or capable. After all, the idea of unlocking something so powerful within you can be intimidating. But consider this, the challenges you've faced were never meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you. The struggles you've endured were like a refining fire, shaping and strengthening you for this very moment. You've been conditioned through your experiences to handle the weight of this responsibility, even if you didn't realize it at the time. This is where you find the courage to move forward, to embrace the unknown, and to let go of the fear that has held you back. In Isaiah 41 verse 10, we are told, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This passage reminds us that divine activation is not something we must do alone. We are guided, supported, and empowered by forces greater than ourselves. When you feel that inner nudge to take a step, it's not just your imagination. It's a call from the divine, urging you to trust the process. Each step you take brings you closer to a deeper understanding of your purpose. Each moment of faith unlocks more of the spiritual gifts that were placed within you long before you were born. As you begin to activate your divine technology, you'll start to notice signs of transformation. These might not be grand, earth-shattering moments. Often, they come in subtle yet powerful shifts. You might find yourself speaking words of wisdom you didn't know you had, or feeling a deep sense of peace in situations that used to cause anxiety. You may experience sudden clarity about decisions you've been struggling with, or notice synchronicities that seem too perfect to be mere coincidence. These are the signs that your spiritual gifts are awakening. They're evidence that you're aligning with the blueprint that was designed for you. The more you trust these moments, the more frequently they appear, and the more confident you become in your ability to fulfill your purpose. Behind the scenes, divine intervention is at work. The universe is rearranging circumstances, opening doors, and guiding you toward the right opportunities. This isn't luck or chance. It's the result of your willingness to align with your higher calling. As you let go of resistance and allow your gifts to flow, you'll find that the path becomes clearer. Your struggles begin to make sense in hindsight, and you start to see how every experience was a step toward this activation. It's not about striving or forcing. It's about surrendering to the divine timing and trusting that what you need will come to you at the perfect moment. The more you align, the more you'll notice the support that has always been there, waiting for you to say yes. But stepping into this new role requires more than just recognizing the signs. It requires a deep sense of self-acceptance and a willingness to embrace who you truly are. Many people hesitate when they reach this stage. They worry about what others will think, or they fear they might fail. But the truth is, those fears are just remnants of the old you, the version of yourself that didn't yet know its purpose. Now you're stepping into a new identity. This is a sacred moment, a turning point where you leave behind the limitations of the past and step fully into your power. Embrace it. Know that you were designed for this, and that everything you've been through has led you to this moment. As you move forward, it's important to remember that activating your divine technology is not the end of the journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter. From this point on, every choice you make, every action you take, becomes a reflection of the gifts you've been given. You'll need to nurture these gifts, continue your spiritual practices, and remain open to guidance. Stay connected to your inner voice and let it lead you. Surround yourself with people who understand your path, who encourage your growth, and who inspire you to keep going. Together, you can create a ripple effect of transformation that reaches far beyond yourself. In the end, the activation of your divine technology is not just about discovering what you can do. It's about discovering who you are. It's about walking confidently in your purpose, knowing that you are equipped, guided, and supported by a higher power. So take the next step, trust in your gifts, and know that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Comment "Activate" if this resonates with you. Let this be your declaration that you are ready to step into the fullness of your design. Living as the designed, not the defined. You've felt it all your life, that pull to stand apart, to live in a way that defies convention. Even when people around you tried to box you in, to label you according to their own understanding, something inside you resisted. You were never meant to fit into the patterns the world creates for itself. The very fabric of your being is woven differently. You aren't here to merely go through the motions or to be defined by fleeting roles and titles. Instead, you are here to embody something much deeper, something eternal. Living as the designed means recognizing that the rules and expectations others live by don't apply to you. You were made for a higher calling, and the more you embrace that truth, the freer you become. This realization doesn't come without its challenges. The world often pushes back against those who refuse to conform. People may question your choices, misunderstand your path, and even resent your confidence. But this resistance isn't a sign that you're wrong. It's a sign that you're right. Walking in your divine design can feel lonely at times. You might find yourself wondering why certain relationships drift away, or why it feels like no one truly gets you. But consider this: the very people who can't see your vision were never meant to guide you. They were never meant to be the ones who define your worth. Your Creator defines you, and that definition is unshakable, unchangeable, and limitless. In Isaiah 64 verse 8, we read, "But now, O Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay, and you are our potter. We are all the work of your hand." This imagery reminds us that we were intentionally shaped by the divine. Just as a potter carefully crafts each vessel for a specific purpose, so too were you created with precision and intention. When you walk as the designed, you understand that every aspect of your being, your strengths, your quirks, even your scars, were placed there for a reason. They're not random. They're part of the masterpiece that is your life. Knowing this allows you to move forward with confidence, no longer bound by what others think you should be, but instead empowered by who you were always meant to be. As you continue on this path, you'll start to notice subtle yet profound shifts. Doors will open where you once saw walls. You'll find yourself drawn to opportunities and connections that align perfectly with your purpose. It's not about forcing your way through life. It's about flowing with the current of divine timing. This is the transformation that occurs when you fully accept your identity as the designed. You stop striving to meet the world's standards and start living in harmony with the blueprint that was laid out for you long before you were born. This shift may feel gradual at first, but over time it becomes undeniable. You'll look back and realize that every twist and turn was leading you to this place of understanding. Behind the scenes, Divine forces are constantly working on your behalf. The moments of clarity you experience, the coincidences that seem too perfect, the inner peace that washes over you in times of doubt, all of these are signs that you are aligned with your higher purpose. These interventions are not random. They're reminders that you are not alone on this journey. Every step you take in living as the designed is supported by a higher power. When you lean into that support, you'll find that even your most difficult challenges become stepping stones. You'll see how everything that once felt like a setback was actually a setup for greater elevation. It's easy to hesitate when you reach this stage. The unknown can be intimidating, and the temptation to revert back to old patterns is strong. But true transformation requires courage. It means stepping fully into the life you were meant to live without looking back. This is a sacred moment. It's the point where you stop questioning your worth, stop apologizing for your differences, and start walking boldly in your purpose. Living as the designed means no longer holding yourself back. It's a choice to stand firm, to shine brightly, and to move forward with the assurance that you were created for something extraordinary. From here on, every decision you make carries more weight. Each step is a declaration of who you are and who you serve. As you continue to align with your divine design, you'll find that life feels more fluid, more natural, more fulfilling. The struggles that once seemed insurmountable will fade in comparison to the clarity you now have. This new awareness doesn't just benefit you, it inspires others. When people see you living authentically, unapologetically, and powerfully, they'll be drawn to that light. They'll start to question their own definitions and seek out their own divine purpose. Your journey as the designed is not only a personal transformation, it's a ripple that reaches far beyond yourself. Even as you walk boldly in your divine design, you will find that new challenges arise. These challenges are not meant to break you, they're meant to strengthen you further. Each obstacle you face sharpens your resolve and deepens your understanding of your purpose. They test your faith, not to expose your weakness, but to reveal your growing strength. Living as the designed means you understand that every trial is another step in your refinement. You begin to see how even the most difficult moments contribute to your growth, building a resilience that cannot be shaken. In the process of living as the designed, you will encounter people who question or doubt your path. Some may try to diminish your light because it shines too brightly on their own insecurities. Others may simply not understand what drives you. But you don't need their understanding to move forward. What matters is that you remain true to the blueprint written within you. You carry the knowledge that you are here for a reason, and no amount of doubt or criticism can alter the course that has been set before you. This unwavering conviction allows you to keep moving forward, even in the face of resistance. As you continue to align with your divine design, you'll notice that your relationships begin to shift. The people who are meant to walk this journey with you will naturally come closer, while those who no longer serve your growth will gently fade away. This isn't a loss, it's a natural progression. When you live authentically as the designed, you attract those who resonate with your energy, who uplift you, and who challenge you in ways that help you grow. Your relationships become more meaningful, more purposeful, and more aligned with your higher calling. Finally, living as the designed means embodying the courage to be fully yourself. It's about letting go of the fear of judgment, the need for approval, and the pressure to conform. It's about stepping into your power with humility and confidence, knowing that your unique gifts are not a coincidence. You were designed with intention, and your life is a testament to that truth. By embracing your divine design, you become a living example of what it means to walk in purpose, inspiring others to discover their own calling and to rise to their fullest potential. In the end, living as the designed is not about achieving perfection or reaching a final destination. It's about embracing the ongoing process of becoming. It's about understanding that every moment, every decision, and every action is part of a greater plan. When you choose to live as the designed, you step into a flow of divine intention. You stop chasing after fleeting approval and start walking with the confidence of someone who knows they are exactly where they are meant to be. Comment, "I am chosen," if you're ready to fully embrace your divine design and live a life that is as unique and extraordinary as you are.